What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode, we ended up making all sorts of the wyvern stuff. We'll be working on this a little bit later. I want to upgrade these to the next tier. But before we get started on that, I would like to finish doing what we were talking about last episode and making a laser drill to collect the boron ore. Yep, this stuff right here. So I want to be able to collect this stuff automatically and not have to go to the nether and collect the crushed netherrack and then sift it and all that kind of stuff. I'd rather just have this laser collecting it all the time. Now it says that we need gray laser lens, right? And then it can be in any biome, but it cannot be in the end or the nether, right? So those are the two biomes we can't be in, but it can be anywhere else, which means it could literally just be right here in the base. So, I mean, that seems like something that makes a lot of sense for us to do. So we need to get ourselves a laser base and then 4 laser drills, I think, right? I think I did that incorrectly before. If we do laser, I have 3 extra laser bases. Yeah, and we need only just one of those per one of these setups. Okay, so then we need the laser drill at 4 of these guys. So we can do part of one, diamond gear. We have those on auto craft, so let's make 8 of these guys. Easy. Okay, so now we can craft 1 laser drill. All right, so we need refined glowstone. And it looks like we are gonna need about that many, so we'll just tell the system to make that many. That should be okay. And then anything else that we need in here that's crazy, I guess the laser focus matrix. We are going to need 3 more of those. Does that require anything? No, that's all relatively simple stuff. So that should just craft quite quickly. Okay, so laser. Oh, you know what? I thought that the refined glowstone, I thought we had that into a compacting drawer. Apparently we don't. So we'll just make 3 of those. We'll have a little bit of that extra stuff laying around. Okay, so there is, oh man. So now we ran out of reinforced glass and machine frame. Reinforced glass. Oh boy. All right, well, I wasn't aware that we were completely out of this stuff. Actually, that's not that bad. We already have the parts in stock. And the machine frames we can, are we really out of those? We are really out of those. Machine frames we saw before that we can do through our, this thing, the replicator. So the machine frame cost what? Looks like it went too far. All the way back this way. Is this thing, this is machine frame, but why does it, all of these things look like, why is that not rendering right? Machine block, machine frame. I think this is the one we want. Single run. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's a machine case. Iron casing, light engineering, steel casing. Oh boy. I don't know why they're looking that way. That is really odd. Wither skeleton, heavy engineering, machine. Oh, this must be a, you can kind of see through it a little bit. All right, so single run of those. Yeah, that's right. So we'll just do repeat run and we will craft up a whole bunch of those. This is only costing 40 millibuckets of UU matter per one of these. So it's kind of like one of those things that you just want to go ahead and craft a whole lot of because why not? All right, so now we got about a stack of those machine frames. Now we should be able to do this. So there is 2 more laser drills. Okay, so we have that going on. Now we got to figure out where we're going to put this. Now I remember earlier on, we did set these things up somewhere over here. So there should be a hole down into the void somewhere over here. I think it might be underneath this block or one of these, or I might have gone down all the way into the void and filled that all back in. I honestly don't remember. But anyway, I think we're going to set this thing. I guess this would be the middle between all those. Yep, I'm just going to go ahead and drill all the way down. This pickaxe seems like it's mining slow, doesn't it? I felt like our pickaxe mined a little bit faster, but maybe not. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and mine all the way down to bedrock here, and then we will figure out where we're going to place that thing. It doesn't have to be on the surface anywhere. All it's got to do is just be all the way on bedrock. It just has to have a line of sight to bedrock. So we can have it like underneath the floor. We don't actually have to have it on the floor. So like we could put it right into here. I think that could be fine. I mean, pretty much anywhere that we want to put it, or we could just put it on the surface so we can see it. I guess it doesn't really matter. So let's place these guys. That is okay. So they face the drill itself. So we need to place the drill somewhere. Just use that ore as just a placey block, like so. Okay, so if we place that, it faces. Okay, that one is facing wrong, obviously. And we do that. Okay, so now it's all facing correctly. We do need the lenses in here, and I think it was a gray lens. Let's take a look at the boron ore one more time into here. So gray laser lens, which means we need gray stained glass panes. Okay, I don't know, gray. We have one gray block. That is not a whole lot, is it? Okay, so let us make some more gray glass. Like so. And then we can turn those into panes. And then we can grab some of the pink slime. Not looking very pink in there for some reason. I don't know why. It's like the first item is always a little bit darker in this terminal for some reason. Anyway, I think we need like 6 of these, right? 4, 5, 6. That way we focus specifically on gray. We'll throw those in there, and then we want these to never be extracted, so we'll turn that all off. We do need to figure out the height. It says minimum 0, maximum 255, so I guess we don't have to adjust the height at all. We just leave it all the way down to 0. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We just need to give the laser drills power. I don't remember if we could use a cryo stabilized or if we needed to do something different. I feel like when we set this up in the end, they needed power from 2 different sides, but I'm not sure if that's something that is required in this. But anyway, yeah, I guess we'll grab. I think all we needed was the redstone as well. So I will do that. We're gonna go up 1 block. Like so. Okay, and we'll put the flux point right here. And all 4 of those should be able to get a little bit of power off this guy. So do that. Okay, so we are doing work. Although that seems like it's going really slow, huh? Yeah, these things aren't getting full power. Okay, so I do believe we had to do this because I think they're limited per side, which is weird. I think that is the case. So we can just connect them to multiple sides like so. And now that should go a little bit faster for all these guys. Okay, so we got black quartz and then we got ourselves some oil sand. The other thing is we can add in the energy upgrades and the speed upgrades, and that might make this require more power. So let me go ahead and make those energy upgrade. We need, yeah, we're gonna need 4 of these. We're gonna need 4 of the next tier. Yep, okay, and then we need the speed upgrade. So we need 4 of those and 4 of these. Aha. All right, so now each one of these, we should just be able to scroll wheel in that. Yeah, so now we're not keeping up on the power. That is a problem. We might have to switch over to the cryo stabilized. Maybe that's what we did. We had the cryo stabilized going to 1, and then we had like the redstone energy flux duct going off it. Cryo stabilized. Let me go ahead and swap these out for that. Was that enough to keep up with these? Oops. Yeah, that looks like that's enough. Okay. Well, this thing is big and bulky, and it doesn't look really good in the base. We might just put it underground a little bit, so we don't actually have to look at it. But yeah, I mean, that's, you know, the base is how these things are set up. No big deal. All right, and then we also need to get a way for the items to get extracted out of here and then into some kind of a chest. And that'll be something else I'll work on here in just a little bit. All right, I couldn't stand where we placed that originally, so I moved our laser drill so they're kind of in line with our other machines down here. Yeah, so it turns out we don't need the other conduits, the cryo-stabilized. So we're just using the redstone energy conduit, and we're touching 3 different sides here, and that's keeping the power in the machine. Yeah, it's just kind of like fluctuating up here, but it's keeping it in there. So we have our point right here, and we are connected to 5 different sides of that using the conduit, and that just kind of loops all the way around. And yeah, just have covers right here covering up the conduits. But yeah, those are touching the bottom, the side, and the top of these machines. The laser drills here and keeping them going. So I think we are pretty much good to go. I also found my reactor computer, which was down under here as I was digging. Yeah, apparently I left that there when I took out the extreme reactor a while ago. But yeah, that should cover everything up. And then we're just pulling the items into applied energistics. Yeah, as we collect the items, it just gets put right into the system there. So if we look for boron, we have 14 ores. So hopefully by the next time we need boron for anything, we'll just have these ores available, and that'll make our life that much easier. Yep. Okay, so that's cool. We can get rid of all that other stuff. Awesome. Yeah, I like having automated systems like this. It definitely makes it nice. Now, I don't know if this torch is affecting this at all. I guess it's not, right? Since it's still working. Yeah, I don't think that torch affects anything. So we're just going to leave that there to keep everything lit up. I'm actually kind of surprised that laser is going through there and is not complaining that there's a block in the way. But, you know, it's doing what it needs to do. So I think we are pretty good. So I wanted to look at upgrading these things to the next tier. So in order to do that, we need the awakened cores, and then we need the draconic energy cores. So let's get these things bookmarked over here. So the awakened core, we have 4 of those, and in order to get all of those upgraded, we are going to need a total of 5. So we need to make 1 more of these, so that is 4 more wyvern cores, and then 5 more awakened. So wyvern cores, we need to cook up 5 more of these. Are we able to do that? We are running out of obsidian, and we are running out of elementium. Okay, so this would probably be a good point in time for us to look at automating the portal, the Britannia portal. So elementium ingots. All right, so let's set up a thing to do that. Now, the way we're going to automate that, yeah, we already have like the mana steel, mana pearls, and mana dust being automated through this. What we need to do is just have some kind of like a dispenser or something just popping items into the portal, and then a way to collect those items. So probably like a dispenser. Do we have one? No, dispenser. And we can't even craft one of those because we don't have a bow. Wait, there's another recipe here. Yeah, so you do string, redstone, and all that, and it makes a dispenser. You don't need a bow. Okay, perfect. So there's a dispenser. We need that pointed into the portal. So I guess what we should do is get ourselves an interface, because we're going to need a way to set recipes and have items go into here, right? So we'll do an interface. We'll put the dispenser right onto this guy, except we want it facing into the portal. Where did that even go? Did that go through the portal? Oh no. Okay, well that's fine, I guess. Anyway, so we'll place this here. So yeah, that will shoot items into the portal, and this thing should spit items out. So we'll need to get an item collector on this guy with a kind of short radius that's just looking for the specific items. So item collector, we don't have one of those. We'll just craft one up, and then we will do that redstone torch. All right, and there we go. Cool. So we'll put that right here. This is going to be a really small one, so maybe just like a radius of 2. And then we're going to put an item filter in there. Yeah, we need one of these guys because we only wanted to pick up select items that were specified. So for instance here, we're going to want to pick up elementium. I don't know. I don't think you can click and drag that. I think I actually need to have elementium to click into here in order to set this filter. But yeah, we're going to set this to white list. Oh yeah, we do have a filter here for that. Perfect. All right, so that is in there. So this item collector will only ever collect elementium when that gets dropped on the ground. Awesome. Okay, so that's exactly what we're looking for. And then we need a recipe in here that's going to say 2 mana steel equals 1 elementium. And then we need this dispenser automatically dispensing items when it has items in it to dispense. So that's another thing that we're going to have to figure out here in just a moment. All right, guys, so I've been playing around with this for a little while, and I think I came up with a pretty decent way to get this job done. So we're using a phantom redstone face from actually additions. Yeah, so we have linked that up to the dispenser. So what that does is any redstone signal that this thing emits, the phantom face down there will be able to emit it. So while that's connected to this, you can see there's particles floating around this thing. Yep. So that's connected down to this phantom face. And then we are pulling a redstone comparator signal off of that, right? So the redstone comparator signal, what that's doing is when there's items in there, this lights up, which will send a redstone signal through this conduit. But this conduit, we have redstone not filters in there. So it's emitting the opposite of whatever the signal is. So we're currently emitting a strong signal, a on signal from that redstone, which is going into a timer. This timer is paused when it receives a redstone signal, right? So the timer isn't doing anything because there's nothing in the dispenser. Okay, so when there is something in there, the redstone signal stops, the timer does a tick every 5, or it does a pulse every 5 ticks, and then that will go over to our basic redstone interface here, which we've used before over here. Yeah, we just set this up a few episodes ago. I think that's controlling the laser thing up above. Anyway, so we have this basic redstone interface here, which will emit a redstone signal on the connected block, which is that dispenser. So when the timer pulses, this will pulse the dispenser and it'll dispense whatever item it has into the portal. Okay, well, I haven't actually tested this yet. Pretty sure it's gonna work. Let's give it a go here. I did set a recipe in here, and I just connected up the applied energistics. So 2 mana steel equals 1 elementium. So let's try making 10. Not 100, 10. Let's try doing that. So it has to craft some mana steel to do this, but let's give it a go and see. Okay, well, my thing's collecting that. Yeah, that is gonna fail because I'm over here and I'm breaking the recipe. So let's cancel that. And we will try that again. So let's make 10 of these. So again, it's got to craft the mana steel, which I was trying to do, and I snatched all the iron. And it's going to turn that into the elementium. Okay. That's satisfied. Looks like everything's working correctly. So we can automatically make the mana steel, and then that gets thrown into the portal. So we could do the same thing for like dragon stone, I believe. We just have to make the mana diamond and have that put into the dispenser. So that should be pretty easy. What other elven trades do we have? We could do living wood into dream wood, I guess. Well, that's not really necessary. You can do blocks of mana steel into blocks of elementium. I don't know if that's something we want to do. If we need to make pixie dust, it's just pearls being thrown in there just the same way. And if we need elven quartz or alpha glass, yep, we can do all of that. So, you know, as we need more recipes, we can look at upgrading it. But, you know, that's a pretty cool automation. I like the fact that we are able to do it. I wasn't sure if we needed to do this before, but honestly, it's something that we should just have done. All right, guys, so the next stop is we need to upgrade these tools, right? So we are going to do that. But in order to do that, we need draconic level fusion crafting injectors. Yeah. So we currently only have the wyvern flavor, so we need to upgrade those. So in order to do that, we need to do this. So that is going to be 4 diamonds, an awakened draconium block, and then 2 wyvern cores per. We have 9 of these, so we need 18 wyvern cores. I currently have that crafting up right now as we speak. We should have some of them done. Yeah, we have 5 of them, so I can upgrade, I guess, 2 of these things. So let's do this. So yeah, it's 4 diamonds per. Again, the awakened draconium. We are going to need a total of 9 of these blocks. And then we're going to need a bunch of diamonds. If I can spell it correctly. Diamonds, that, the wyvern core, and that's it. Cool. All right, so let's upgrade one of these. I'm just going to pop one of those out of there. We'll place it into here. We need awakened draconium. We need 4 diamonds. And then we need 2 of these guys. And then we should be able to start this process up. And yep, there we go. Now, I'm not sure if upgrading them to the next level, if that increases how fast they charge. I really hope it does, because this is going pretty slow. And that seems to be the fastest speed that we can possibly get these things. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade all 9 of these things to the Wyvern level, and hopefully we'll have some good luck on how fast this goes in the future, because it looks like we're probably going to be needing to do a bunch of the fusion injecting stuff in the near future. So we did get a quest complete for that, and I'll just pop this guy right back there and set it to single mode active. Cool. All right, well, I'll go ahead and finish upgrading the rest of these, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I had to make some changes here for all the different draconic stuff that we're doing. Yeah, these draconic energy cores, these can be made in our advanced carpenter that we already had set up, but I had to make more primal mana. We ran out. We don't have this being automated. This is something we're probably gonna have to do in the future, but anyway, I made up like 60 buckets of the stuff, so we should be good for a while. But it had to make all these Wyvern energy cores, all the draconic cores, and all these Wyvern cores to make this. And yeah, our calcium sulfate process that we have under here is a little slow. And the real bottleneck, it seemed like, is our chemical oxidizers that's taking sulfur and turning it into sulfur dioxide. So instead of just having 1, I have added 2 more. So now we have 3 of them that are all feeding into an ultimate gas tank. So yeah, we're storing up sulfur dioxide, so we don't have to wait on the machines, right? That'll store a lot more. And then, yeah, that is pumping directly into our chemical infuser here for the sulfur trioxide in this whole process. Also, I noticed that these machines here are nuclear craft machines. These only had 4 speed upgrades and energy upgrades in them, so I went ahead and I bumped those up to 64 in each of those. So hopefully this whole process will go a little bit faster going forward. It might be necessary for me to add more ultimate gas tanks and kind of stack them so we can have a lot more of the sulfur dioxide queued up and ready to go when we need loads of it. Something to think about. Also, I've noticed that our sulfur production that we have comes directly from gunpowder. I don't know exactly what we're doing to do this. I didn't look up the recipe, but I think there is sulfur seeds. If I remember, yeah, there are sulfur seeds. So we should make these and start producing sulfur directly so we're not having to use gunpowder, which we do have a lot of actually. 31,000 of it. We do have a lot of this stuff, but we don't have a way to get more of it other than, I guess, making a creeper spawner or something. So yeah, definitely something to think about for the future. But yeah, we're able to get that thing going, and it's just filling up more of that sulfur dioxide now. So hopefully the next time we have to make more of those things, it should go a lot quicker. So anyway, we have our Draconic Fusion crafting injectors. I've upgraded all 9 of those. So now the next step is to upgrade each one of these different tools. So it requires 2 different Awakened Draconium ingots and 2 different injectors, and then 1 of each of these. So we can turn off the single mode on 4 of these and put the entire stacks of each of these in there. So we don't have to do that for all 5 different tools. All right, there's that and that. Also, one thing to note, I didn't know this, but yeah, it is in fact the case that each tier increases the rate in which it can gain power, if that makes sense. So you know when you start the crafting, it does the charging phase here, and each one of these charges up. Yeah, the ones that were the Draconic tier charged faster than the ones that are the Wyvern. So that is another benefit of upgrading these injectors, is that they just do the charging process that much faster. Anyway, let's go ahead and put one of these tools in here. We'll start this up. So yeah, we're charging up, we're doing the thing, and then I will use my bottle here to speed this process up a little bit faster. It doesn't speed up the charging, but the actual crafting after we're charged, it makes that like nearly instantaneous. So there we go. Yep. Definitely something worth doing here. Okay, so we're gonna have all these tools charged up, or I guess changed to the Wyvern tier. We can do further upgrades to each one of these. They have stats on them. Yeah, up at the top, upgrades RF capacity, attack damage, attack AoE, things like that. We can speed those up and make them better, but I don't think we're going to do that for all of these. I think we're going to do the Staff of Power, but I haven't looked at that recipe yet, so I'm not sure if that's something that we can do at this point. But I do know that generally you need these tools in order to upgrade to that. So yeah, we're getting a lot of quests complete now that we have made the Draconic variants of these tools. So let's do like we do, just go ahead and select each one of these. Like so, and, oop, not that one. And like so. And then we'll claim all these chests. I've already pre-selected those other two that we had. So we get ourselves music disc. Diamond horse armor. It says rare, but that's not like super awesome, I guess. Fiery ingots. I don't know if we need more of those. Blacker lotus. I mean, that's kind of cool, but we have the everlasting guilty mana pool now. So not exactly needed. More beef Wellington. We get that a few episodes ago, I think. And then white stained glass. Cool. All right. Well, none of these rewards that we got were like super crazy awesome, but you know, they're useful, I guess. So anyway, now that we have all of that done, yeah, Draconic Staff of Power, that's the next quest we have unlocked over here. And that'll get rid of our sword, our shovel, and our pickaxe, so we can free up some inventory slots. So Staff of Power, I don't know what the price is of this. Is it crazy? No, that's actually fairly reasonable, to be honest. So 5 Awakened Draconium and Awakened Core. Can we just... Oh, we can't craft up an Awakened Core. I don't have that recipe. All right. So an Awakened Core is fusion crafting. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're automating this process or not just yet. But in order to do this, we need 4 more Wyvern cores. So we should be able to queue those up. And hopefully... that process goes a little bit faster than it has in the past. At least the calcium sulfate portion of this. The sulfur is going through pretty quickly here. It keeps swapping. I can't see what's going on. Calcium sulfate. Where is it? I think it might be done. Maybe it is really quick now. Okay. Well, I like that either way. Yeah, it looks like the slowest part now is making Enderium, possibly? Or the Ludicrite? I don't know. But anyway, looks like we're making the Wyvern cores now. So, yeah, well, looks like they're all done. So that was actually quite quick. Quicker than I expected. All right, so then we need 5 Awakened Draconium. And that's pretty simple to do as well. There we go. We have it. We're done. So now just a star. Cool. I do need to set these other guys back to single mode. Yeah, the single mode inactive is good, specifically if you're doing manual crafting, but when you're doing it automated, or when you just need one of each type in a different slot, it's definitely better to have the single mode on there. So anyway, so we got that thing going. We have these, yeah, and then we just need the 5 Awakened Draconium. Let's make 5 more of those. Cool, so we have that. So again, it is the pickaxe that we're upgrading. So a shovel and the sword. The pickaxe that we're upgrading. All right, so that. So shovel and sword and pickaxe. Okay, so it looks like we can do that. That's fantastic. Yeah, there's really no point upgrading the sword and the shovel if you're just going to make the Draconic Staff of Power anyway. So I'm pretty happy with this. Cool. So now we have a Draconic Staff of Power. This thing can be crazy. It's not like super crazy at the start, but I feel like this is instant break on most blocks. Let's go see if we can mine somewhere. We will just mine right here straight down. No, it's actually not quite instant break. So yeah, you can do dig speed, dig AoE, attack damage, attack AoE, and RF capacity. So those are definitely things that we're going to have to look at upgrading here. I'll fill this back in a little bit. Yeah, those are definitely things that we're going to have to look at doing for upgrading this. And those require us to make the keys and do a little bit more of the fusion crafting. So if we look at the uses on this and we go to... Oh, does it not show here? Maybe it doesn't. I thought if you just went to uses, it showed the different key stuff. So Draconic key. Yeah, so if you want to upgrade the RF capacity, here it goes. That's weird how it's showing 2 different ones with the crazy big bar. Yeah, so all the different armor you can upgrade the same way, but I don't think you want to upgrade the Wyvern stuff since we're going to be upgrading that to the Draconic Leader. I think it might overwrite those the upgrades. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, so yeah, 2 golden apples, 2 diamonds, 2 eyes of Ender, the key itself, and the Draconic core to upgrade the RF tier to the basic, and then once you do that, you can upgrade it to the next level, which would be the Wyvern tier. So yeah, 2 stars, 2 draconic cores, 2 emeralds, and then a Wyvern. Yep, and it's the same thing for all the different pieces, whether it's the draconic staff of power or the draconic armor or whatever. It's all the same kind of stuff here. So yeah, that's definitely something that we're gonna have to look at. Now the chaotic tier, I'm not sure that we need to do. Yeah, we would need the chaotic injectors, but yeah, we can go up to the draconic tier in all of these, provided that we can make all the Wyvern and Awaken cores for those things. So that's something I might look at doing. Well, maybe we might look at doing it next episode. I might end up doing most of that off camera though. Draconic bow is definitely something that we want to upgrade. I don't think this is used in anything. Oh no, actually it is used to do Longbow of the Heavens, but we're probably not gonna be doing that until the very end if there's a quest for it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and upgrade this thing directly. The Draconic Axe, I'm not sure if that's useful for anything. Nature's Ruin, maybe that's probably about the only thing. I don't think we're going to upgrade the axe. There's really not a lot of point to doing that. But anyway, I think we've made some pretty good progress for today. We got ourselves the Draconic Staff of Power. That thing's always pretty awesome. Unfortunately, we don't have the Draconic Armor to go with it, but the Staff of Power, yeah, that's pretty powerful. I like it. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.